Girl, why? Shut up. I know you lying. Wait, what? Say what now? Ain't no way. It's just not giving what it was supposed to give. Yes, honey. You giving me five. Oh, you did that. You did that. Hello, good people. What's happening? It's your girl, Miss Kecia, with a little chat to you for you. So before we get started, let me just put my disclaimer out there. All thoughts, opinions, and experiences are those of my own and my guests. This platform is used to share experiences, help, encourage, and engage in healthy conversation by my candor and my truth and that of my guests. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as mentioned before, we will be highlighting phenomenal women in the community, in the world, who are making impacts all over the place for this March Women's History Month. So today, we'll be doing a little house call with the phenomenal Dr. Stacey Venable. Let's welcome her.
Hey.
All right, Doc. How you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling great.
Okay. All right. So, we keep it candor.
Yes.
We keep it open.
Yes.
And we just do it natural here.
Yes.
You just feel the vibe. Okay. All right. So, as you know, I have really wanted to highlight, phenomenal women that I have come in contact with. And I think that, you guys' experiences and your advice that you can give to the people that are out here trying to do different things and, just encourage the women out here, especially for this Women's History Month. It's all about bringing our sisters together, uplifting each other, helping where we can.
Yes.
We want to remove all the stigma that, you out here by yourself swimming.
It's big.
I want to, at least I do.
Yes.
I'm going to do my part to make sure that's changed. That's what's up.
Yes.
Okay. So I know who Doc is, but I'm going to let Doc tell y'all who she is.
So my name is Dr. Stacey Venable. I am the owner of the Brass Mill Suites here in Bell Camp, Maryland. I'm also the owner of the Brass Mill Suites in Delaware, owner of the co-owner of the podcast studio that we're in right now.
Yes.
I'm also a professor. I'm a mother of two grandchildren. Great thing about me, I'm a pioneer of Harford County. I sit on a lot of boards. I'm a delegate. I mean, it's so many things to my movement here. It's a lot about me.
You see that?
It's a lot about me.
It can be done.
It can be done.
Yes. That's the one great thing I love about you, Doc. Like, you're not only building generational wealth for your family, but you also pouring into the community.
Yes, I do.
I love Tuesdays. I love to watch them on Tuesdays.
The senior program on
I love it.
It is amazing.
I love it.
We just did that yesterday.
I saw that.
We do a cooking show.
Yeah.
And we're doing a cooking show.
I love that.
Exercise, and that came about. My mother, she passed about 8 years ago, but prior to her passing, she would say, there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do in the community. And I'm like, well, you know what? I started as COVID came about. So some of the seniors started writing me saying, hey, you know what? We heard you speak here. We heard you speak there. And you always said you wanted to do more for the community. So, hey, what about the seniors?
Yeah.
So that's when we came up with every Tuesday.
That's so awesome.
Every Tuesday,
that's
no
so
matter
awesome.
what. Every Tuesday from 11 to 1, the seniors are in the building doing something.
They absolutely are.
Reading,
I have to get that. But
everything.
Another reason why I think that's so great is because I think that, especially during COVID, like the seniors were the most affected by
absolutely
it. Especially those that are by themselves.
Yes.
And they relied on those visits and those outing times to get out, to do their little grocery shopping, to take their little walks or whatever it is.
Just be an active participant within their own lives and within the community. They're our legacy. So I love being around them. I love hearing stories. I love being inspired by them. One of the young ladies shared with me things that they used to do in the past and how, we stopped doing these things and all that good stuff. So, it's amazing.
And just to see you doing that, you're being an example to all the young people, whether it's my generation or the generations behind me. This is what it looks like, and that goes back to what we were discussing on my last episode. We have to prepare ourselves to be that moving forward, that push forward, that in a positive direction. Like, we can't get wrapped up on the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, or they didn't, or I didn't, or who didn't. You got to find the positive in it, and you have to move forward. Like, because in a minute, I mean, you know, I'm not wishing nothing on nobody, but reality is reality. You guys and the seniors, at some point, y'all are going to be gone.
Yes.
And so these examples that we're seeing now, we got to take nuggets from them.
Yes, it's just like passing down an old recipe.
Yes,
passing down an old recipe.
We got to keep doing those things.
We can add to the old recipe.
Right.
The genre is that was the recipe.
Right.
If we don't have anything to pass down, if we get stuck in that alleyway of shoulda, woulda, coulda, then that no one gets the vibe.
Right.
No
right.
One gets to
That's awesome.
Taste and see the next thing. Nobody gets to do that. If we stay sheltered in place, like everybody wants us to stay sheltered in place.
Yeah.
Even in being the pioneer of an African American woman, they still wanted us to stay sheltered in place.
Right.
And we had to take that influence within us. That's why you have to know your purpose. That's why you have to be driven to.
We get into that. What I mean? Because Doc is. Let me tell you, Doc is big on your purpose.
You don't do that.
I'm telling you,
shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. And I think
that's not a vibe that I want to be in.
Exactly.
No.
And I think, like, and I tell people all the time, like, a friend of mine's from way back when, he called me today and he was like, "So what's up with your podcast?" And they kill me when they say, "What's up with your little podcast?" Why my podcast gotta be little?
What?
Why my podcast gotta be little?
It's growing. It's growing.
Why can't be? What's going on? That's dope. What you doing?
Yes. How can I help?
You know what I'm saying?
How can
But
I
anyway,
I'm
that ain't what we talk about
That's
tonight.
all right.
Okay.
That's all right.
That
That's
ain't
all right. Come on back.
But to caveat to what you were saying and how you influenced me, and I ain't even really, you know, I feel well, I am. I'm part of the family.
You're part of the family here at Brass Mill.
You know what I'm saying? I'm part of the family. And I just love the way how, you know, I tell people, I say, you know, Doc, she wanted to know what was coming into her organization.
That's right.
Because I'm representing her.
That's right.
So I can't come in here and do nothing crazy when she has established herself in this community, in this city, and you just can't let any and everything because of who she is.
That's right.
So again, that goes back to that we're pouring into.
That's right.
You know, we're pouring into each other. You know, you're setting a standard for everybody that comes into your organization and say, "This is that's right. This is a standard. Nothing below. You can go above and beyond, but nothing below."
No, we don't have that here.
You know, we don't do that. We don't
entertain it.
Yeah, we don't do that here. We don't do that here.
No.
So if you're interested, you better check yourself before you come. You better check yourself before you come. Okay.
That walkway's crazy, right?
So, tell us about your educational achievements.
Wow. So I came from a family of 7.
Yeah, I remember you telling me.
Yeah, single mom.
Yeah.
Single mom. She didn't have a big educational background. So I always knew that I wanted to do more. And I always knew I wanted to be more. So I started out, believe it or not, as a hairdresser.
Shut up, Doc.
Kid you not. I graduated in 1993 from the International Beauty School here in Bel Air, Maryland. It's no longer there. It's called Avant or whatever it is now. Right there in Bel Air. I went down in 1994 and did my state boards. Worked at the hair cuttery. Worked outside of my house. So my dream was to be a hairdresser.
But that wasn't your purpose.
It was not. It was not. It was not.
That's what's
you know, and then the babies came.
Yeah.
I got married, and I said, you know what? My ex-husband rather, he always wanted me to stay at home. So I was like, okay, I'll do that for a little while. And I was like, no, and we had to get some more income. So then I opened up my own daycare.
So you don't went from the hair.
Went from hair
to the daycare.
Okay. Within that, I finished up a business degree because I wanted
got
to
a business degree.
Yep. I got a business degree. Within that time frame, because I wanted to make sure if my daycare business was right, I wanted to make sure I was getting all that I was putting in. I wanted to make sure I was getting it out.
That's right.
And again, there you go back. No one was pouring into me.
Mm-hmm. So you had to figure it out.
I had to figure it out. Yes.
You had to find those breadcrumbs.
Yes.
And figure it out.
Because I was the first. I was the first of my family to do a lot of things that I'm doing now.
Right.
So I decided to say, okay, I'm gonna get this business degree. And then I said, well, wait a minute, I can use this degree doing this, use this degree doing that.
That's right.
So my brother had a mishap a couple of years into that run-in with the law. And I said, you know what? I don't know the law.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know the law. So I went back and I got a degree in criminal justice administration.
Okay, so now I hope y'all paid attention.
Yep.
Like this road, this Damascus road here,
it went crazy, right?
Baby. So we don't
hairdresser.
We done become a hairdresser.
Yes.
Now we done working in the daycare.
Yes, had my own license.
Had the own license daycare. Yes. Then we went on to business school to make sure that we was running the daycare right.
There it is.
Which brought on other opportunities to say like, oh, you can do all of this with this one degree. Okay, so now I want to know about the law because this has affected my circle, my family.
Right. Okay,
yes. So now you done went and got a law degree.
Absolutely, criminal justice administration. So I said, okay, well, that was good. That was good. I worked in that for a little bit, and I said, well, let me stick in here and figure out how these finance things work. Let me see how this finance works. So I said, you know what? I started working for a company, and I was lowest on the totem pole. And it was in finance. And I said, well, wait a minute. I want to know how that EO got there. How did that EOS get there? Why is she up there and I'm not up there? Mm-hmm. And they kept saying, well, you have great degrees, but none of them is in finances. In order to be in finance, you got to have a degree. That was nothing but a challenge to me. So I went back and I got a master's in science, a master's in mathematics and science. So I didn't just go.
So y'all,
I didn't just
the role. So now we have to
go get it. I went and got it.
Now we got a master's degree in mathematics and science.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm just making sure.
Cum laude, all that.
I'm just making all that. So we was kicking in those, taking names.
Yes.
Just
because I wanted to sit. I wanted to sit where she was sitting.
We was putting our knees on their neck. Yes. Okay.
It wasn't even about me making the money. That's what I'm talking about, sis. It wasn't even about me making the money at the time. I just wanted to know how she got that office, that glass office.
That's right.
I wanted to not take the first elevator.
That's right.
Because see, we all had to take the first elevator.
Right.
I seen all these women going and taking the second elevator, and I made a mistake one day, and I said, I ain't make a mistake. I wanted to go see what was up on that in that second elevator. When I got to that floor, I said, oh no, I belong here.
Yeah.
I belong here. How do I get there? They said, well, you got to have a degree in this and a degree in that. I said, okay, I'll go back and get that. That's not a problem. So then I said, okay, did that for a while. A friend of mine called me and said, hey, Doc, we know you taught for a while and all that good stuff. Hey, we need a professor here down at Towson. I said, okay, I can do that. Well, in order to do that, it's good. That's good. But in order to get up a little higher, have you ever thought about getting a PhD? I said, no, I don't have time for that. Because you got to understand, I was mom and dad. To my two boys.
At this point. Yeah. Okay.
At this point, I was mom and dad.
Okay.
To two kings.
Okay.
You have to be a beast to raise kings.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So at that point, I'm steady walking in strike.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Backsliding.
A challenge.
Backsliding.
A challenge.
Doing all kinds of stuff.
Yes.
Challenge, all kinds of stuff.
It wasn't easy.
But one thing I kept my mind on is my education because I knew no one could take that away from me. You can take a whole lot away from people, but once you learn something,
earn, that's right.
You can't take it away.
Nobody can take it away.
So I said, okay, I want to get up there in that office. So then I said, you know what? You know how you go to the college? They say, oh, let me add up everything that you have because you got so many degrees. Let me see what you have to take. Let me tell you how good God is. Lady said, you only need 6 credits. I said, what?
For your PhD.
To finish my PhD. Those are the hardest 6 I ever had to do. My life. So I've been in school.
Had to be worthwhile.
Off and on, I've been in school for about 15 years. Off and on. Raising 2 kids.
Yeah.
Okay? Off and on. Because I was never able to pay for a full degree. Okay? I was never able to pay for a full degree. So I always had to go to work to get more money to pay for the rest of those classes. That's just great. That's just great, but they don't pay at all.
That's right.
So I always had to have a job.
Yeah.
Always had to have money in hand because you can only defer but so long.
That's right.
Still now. I do. I make great money now. I don't work for anything, but I still work because those degrees cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
And as you came in my office and looked around, you're like, everybody comes like, whoa,
Yeah,
all that.
yeah.
Yeah, but wait a minute, that one over there, I don't own that.
Right.
They gave it to me, but I don't own that.
Right.
So I want to own that. Even though I did all the hard work.
Yeah.
There's something about that ownership.
I feel you.
Something about that ownership. So so now I have a PhD in science and mathematics with an understudy of neurology, and all that other stuff. You know,
I tell my daughter this all the time. I do. I tell my daughter this all the time because I used to be like, you know, I'm gonna just go back to school just because I want to learn something. My kids would be like,
I got accused of being addicted to it.
Yeah, I'm like, are you tired of going to school? But I just want to know. I want to have that. I want to have that. But it's not that it's no more easier because
it's not
like. When she sits down and watch this, I hope she see, because she always say, "Oh, Mom, you was in the Army, so it was a little bit easier for you to go to school. You had that security."
No, but I wasn't in the Army.
You wasn't in the Army.
No.
And look at how, but that's what I'm saying. Like, just your experience, for my daughter. Just imagine how many other people that's watching that you can be that example for. Just a regular person.
Ordinary.
You know what I'm saying? Ordinary person.
1 of 7.
A single mom.
Came from the projects.
Raising 2 men. Two kings.
Two kings all by myself.
But you still did it. It was hard.
Still do it. Still do it.
It was a challenge, but like you said, you made up in your mind that you wanted to be in that office.
I did.
I wanted to have that on my wall.
Absolutely.
I wanted to say that I know that. Absolutely. Nobody can't tell me. I'm going to tell you.
It's never
and then I'm going to sling it back and I'm going to bring some people up behind me.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's not the road of Damascus ain't never been easy. It ain't never been easy.
My road has never been easy.
You know what I'm saying? And it's still not.
No.
It's still not.
These 12, 14-hour days.
You already said, I make a good living. I don't want for nothing. And I'm going to tell y'all, don't be laid. Don't get it twisted. Don't be laid. But, you still out here hustling.
I'm still.
Like, the same thing, like, my daughter be like, ain't you tired? And I'll be like, no. Like this morning, I really did. I had a moment, Doc. Okay. I had a moment this morning because I was like, man, I'm overwhelmed. Oh. I'm trying to do a lot.
Okay.
Because it's more that I want, And I'm like, okay, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do A, B, C, D, and
Right.
And then on top of that, I got my kid, and then my grandbaby, and then my son over here, and I'm dealing with my own emotions from personal issues.
About those.
So then I'm standing next to I'm standing in the bathroom, looking at myself like, what the hell are you doing?
What are you doing?
Why? Why are you doing all this?
Uh-huh.
Then you start doubting yourself. Then you have to smack yourself around and be like, you got this.
You got it.
You got this. You just have to prioritize things, take a deep breath, and keep pushing. Yeah. Just breathe through it and keep pushing.
Yes.
Because when it's all said and done, when you're gonna look back and you're gonna smile and be like, God, thank you. I needed that.
Yes.
I needed that push to get to my purpose.
There you go.
Because and we'll get to that because I know you big on purpose. She has a whole podcast about it. Like I'm telling y'all, but getting from start, you don't get to the finish line till you take that last breath.
That's right.
But you somewhere in the middle.
You got to gear up for that finish line, though.
You should get to that purpose that's going to get you.
That's right.
All the way to the finish line.
That's right.
How you start should not be how you finish.
No way. No.
It should not be how you finish. No. So I'm big on like, I feel like people that are set in their ways and be like,
they're missing it. They're missing something.
Like it's a whole.
They're missing so much.
It's so much life to live.
It is.
And to just say, you know what? I don't need all that. You might not need as much as I do, but it's got to be something in you.
Absolutely.
Because it's something in me that make me be sitting there like, ooh, I need to take this class because I want to get contracts.
Sure.
So I can put vending machines all over the world. Like this is the way my brain works at night. Like just coming up with ideas.
Mine doesn't shut off.
Yeah, just like, ooh, you can do that, Kecia, you can do that too. You can do that. You can do that. You want to go back to school too? Like you can do that. You can do that. Like that's how my brain works. And to meet somebody and be like, I'm good. I don't want for nothing, so my life is good. And I just can't, I feel like people like that have not touched their purpose. They haven't touched on what it is, what's the mark they're supposed to be making in this world. Because I feel like God created us all. The word already says that He created us in His likeness. Perfect in His eyes.
That's right.
So He has an assignment for every last one of us.
Everybody.
And I do not believe that God set anybody on this earth just to sit here and wait for their ticket.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
It's just no way.
Because we're supposed to be doing His work.
Yeah, doers.
We're supposed to be doers of His work. And if you're a doer, that means you're not sitting. You're doing. You're up. You're moving.
Right.
You're doing His work.
That's
so
my
there's
thing.
No reason
yeah.
for it.
And so I know my daughter, she's young. She's a young mother right now. And
I was that too.
Yeah, me too.
I had my first son when I was 17. I was 6 months pregnant in high school. Graduated, walked across the stage, 6 months pregnant. They had no clue. But again, that was, in my lifetime, you pregnant, you go get on welfare.
Right.
That wasn't my plan.
Yep.
Not saying that didn't happen to me, because it did.
Yeah.
But those are the times when you have to pick up and know that you want more.
Right.
You
just can't stay in that place.
And listen, your vision board, it changes.
Yes.
It changes. And then we have to let the younger women know that it's okay to have a vision board, but also let them know that don't be afraid to change it.
Yes. Manifest what it is you want.
Don't be afraid to change it. Because that's why when everybody says, Doc, tell me about who you are, I always start at the idea of I was a hairdresser.
Right. Yeah, because I never knew that.
And listen, listen, baby, COVID made me fall back on all that, sis. Sis had to go in there and get that hair straight.
I wish I would have had known.
Get that hair straight.
Around here
my mother didn't know how to do hair. My mother didn't know how to do hair. And I said, I wasn't going to middle school looking like that, because, baby, Doc always tried to keep it together. I wasn't going to middle school like that. So my ambition to do hair came from the fact of my less than.
Right.
Catch that, my less than.
Yeah,
a lot of my motivation and a lot of my drive come from my less than.
Yeah, that's good.
My less than moments.
A good nugget.
I'm trying to tell you, my less than moments drove me to who I am now.
Yes.
Because still now, to be honest with you, I'm still not satisfied.
Right.
I'm still not satisfied because I know what I was created for. So I gotta stay. I work 7 days a week.
No, Doc,
I work about 7 days a week.
Oh, no, I ain't there with you now.
I work 7 days a week. I work about 12, 14-hour days. You know what I mean? And I'm still a mother. I'm still a grandmother. I have 36 people that work for me. You know what I mean? So I'm still a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm still a comforter. I'm still a steward in my church. I'm active in my church.
Yeah.
I'm active in the community.
Mm-hmm.
I sit on all kinds of boards, and people they're waiting on Doc to see what she's going to do next.
Right.
So it's okay to keep those people waiting to see what you're going to do next. It's okay. Let them wait. Let them wait. But Kecia, you go ahead and talk to yourself in the mirror, and you let them wait. Go ahead, because that's
refresh.
That self-love and care that you have to give to yourself. Sometimes you got to put things on hold and let them wait.
That's good, Doc.
Put them on hold.
That's good.
Put them on hold.
Yeah,
and it's okay for you to keep. Because let me tell you something. The best person to talk to is you.
Yep.
Because that you in you is going to be the one that motivates everything that happens around you.
Yeah.
I tell my son all the time. I tell him all the time.
Yeah, that's good.
When you get down on yourself, you really down then. You really down then. That's when Satan really gets an opportunity to whoop your tail.
Mm-hmm.
The people on the street, they ain't got nothing on you. But when you get down on yourself, that's when you really have to fight to come back up.
Yeah.
Because let me say something. That fall down period, that stuff hurts.
That's a hard place to
I'm almost 50 years old.
Yeah,
and then when I fall down, I hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, it hurts.
Yeah, I feel you.
So I try to do everything I can not to fall down.
Mm-hmm.
But what I learned early on, I told this on my last show. I said this. I go and I stand on I wear heels all day long. You see me?
Yeah, all day.
I wear heels all day long.
How, but okay.
Let me tell you why I wear them. Because I love being uncomfortable. I love being uncomfortable. It lets me know that I'm on the right track and let me know that I got to work and push. When I first started wearing heels, I was working in the industry and I was like, oh my goodness, I can't wear these things all day. But I learned the fact of the matter that the end of the day was coming and I needed to push through to get to the end of that day. So a lot of times people say, I want to go stand on a rock. When you go stand on a rock, you try to find a rock that's going to hold you. Right. You try to find the most smoothest rock.
At the top. Yep. So I can just plant my feet.
I'm 165 pounds, so I'm like, okay, let me find a rock that I can plant my feet on and my tail not going to fall. I don't do that anymore. I'll go stay on the most unsturdiest rock.
I think I self-consciously do that.
I go and do it purposely.
Yeah, I think I self-consciously do that.
That lets me know that I can stand sturdy.
Yeah.
That lets me know that I'm strong.
Find your strength, yeah.
That strength is what I need. Because if you ever stood on a rock and it got times during, you had to balance yourself. Life is nothing but a balancing trick. If you learn how to balance, you learn how to do it all.
See, and that's one thing my daughter is good at. Like,
she's going to be fantastic.
Dude, she really, like, sometimes I look at her and be like,
she's going to be fantastic. Because let me tell you something. A lot of people out in this world, they live their life off balance.
But sometimes I just be like, well, why she got to go stand on that one? Why she can't? This one over here is smooth and flat.
You'll never see me stand there.
Why you got to make it so hard?
You'll never see me stand. And sometimes people don't understand, your daughter's going to be fine. And she's going to be one of the stronger pioneers that carry this flag that I'm carrying. I'd rather give it to her before give it to someone who's stable. Because, those stable people, they get that tunnel vision. Oh, I'm stable. I ain't got to work for that over there because I'm stable. No. She done lost her whole thrive. But that girl over here that's doing that balancing act, she got baby in his hand, groceries in his hand, and kicking the car door to get open. Look at that balance. And then she got all the stuff in the car. Then she got to go home and climb three flights of steps with all this. No man. But she's balanced.
Or at least none she want to talk
Or none she want to talk to right now. Okay? Because that used to be me.
Yeah.
That used to be me. All the groceries in, get the babies down, then the real work start. I got to get lunches together. The balancing tricks, the balancing that we need in our life. And once she gets that avenue of balance, ain't nobody going to be able to deal with her.
Yeah, because, when she get mad, she get frustrated, she call me, tell me off. I'll be like, okay.
Because she's in it. She's in that thing. Yeah. And I'm telling you, stability has nothing on balance.
Yeah.
It has nothing on balance. Once you find your balance and you find what you're good at, you find that niche, sky's the limit.
Yeah.
You found yours.
Oh, yeah. I think I did.
I think you did.
I think so.
I remember when you came in.
My little podcast.
And look how it's grown. Look how it's grown.
I love doing this.
Thing about it is you stepped out on faith.
Yeah.
And you became victorious.
Yeah, I did.
This thing is growing up.
Yeah.
My son comes over all the time and says, Mom, Miss Kecia show is growing.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of yours.
I love it.
I'm a big fan of yours over there touching that man the other day. I said, let me get my popcorn. It's about to get good.
Don't be talking about my little designated side dude.
Let me get my popcorn. That was a great show.
Talk about my little designated side dude. And we have such like he's so open and honest. He's a great friend to have. We can have some of the every Tuesday, I have a group of my friends, we usually get together throughout the week or whatever. And, we got a little group chat or whatever. And we all get together and we have some amazing conversations.
Wow.
We just talk about just random stuff. Just random. But you get to see it from so many different perspectives. You think your way is the way. And then somebody will say something, you go back and forth. And then you like, man, you go home later, you like, dang, like, and when I have conversations with him, I always walk away with like, I see things different.
Yes.
I always walk away with like,
I did. I walked away that night with several different perspectives. Several different perspectives because I like that genre that he brought. Not only did he bring the male perspective, but he's also brought his feelings.
Yeah. And he has such an amazing story. Like he has an amazing story. Just to know him and know where he's come from, like I'm so proud of him. I'm proud to be his friend. Proud to say that he's in my circle.
I like those Ken people.
Yeah.
You know what those Ken people are? The Ken people, the people you want to keep around.
Yeah.
Those are the Ken people say, you know what, Kecia, I can't do it today, but I can do it tomorrow. Those are those can people. Them can friends.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, Kecia, when you make it in this industry, this is a hard thing for me, because when I started making it in this industry, I wanted to figure out something that was different here in Harford County. I wanted to be something different here in Harford County. I wanted to have a pioneer of something different. And there's no Black business hubs here in Harford County.
It is not.
And everybody kept saying, oh, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. And I said, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. So those were those, that's not going to work.
Right,
people.
right.
So I had friends walk away because they said, well, she done lost her whole mind. I had friends of 30 years.
Wow.
And then once I started making it in the industry, I got people now that don't even talk to me no more. And those were friends.
But they say, when God gets to elevating you, listen, you start shedding.
I prayed for God to enlarge my territory.
Yeah.
And he did that, as you see, because Brass Mill's about to become the campus of Brass Mill.
Yes.
We just got a brand new building over there.
Yes.
So Brass Mill's about to become the campus. I started out with one building, and from one building in almost 3 years, I'm up to about 4 buildings. It's because I asked for that.
Yeah, and just provided so many opportunities.
So and then opportunity is great because we do work empowerment for us. We also do educational programs. Anything that I can do to give back to the community, we do.
And I think that's awesome.
We house I'm a business coach, and I have the youngest business client I have is 7 years old. She came out with her own lip gloss line. I have from a 7-year-old all the way up to millionaires.
And I just think
just trying to put that drive
just being that nucleus and just letting it's one thing, one of my spiritual mothers, Pastor Rosa, she said to me many, many years ago, you gotta be connected to the source. And you're the source here in this community.
I try to get out there. I'm one of them Joe Clark's without the stick.
Right.
Not
without the stick.
Yeah, without the stick, because I keep getting in trouble when I carry that stick. I keep getting in trouble. So I had to learn how to manifest myself without having that decor, because they already think we angry.
Yeah, that's what I was just getting ready to say.
They already think we angry. I'm not angry about anything.
Right.
I don't need a place. I just need to know I fit.
Right. I just need you to know I'm here.
And I just need to fit. And when I learn where my fit is, I'll stay in my lane, because my lane is over here. What you got going over there, if I'm paying attention to what you got going on over there,
then I'm not focused on what I'm doing. Right.
I'm not focused on anything that I'm doing. So being here in Harford County is my focus, is my goal. I never thought that I'd leave Harford County to go out and do anything else. But when Delaware called on me and said, "Hey, Doc, we like what you're doing down in Harford County."
It's just a connection.
It's just a connection. Yeah. Being connected with the right people is great. Because a friend of mine came in the other day and she says, "I want to start doing something here in Harford County, but these people are hard." They are. Harford County is a hard place, because it's over here. It's about who you know.
No.
It's about who you know. So she came to me and said, "She's a Doc, you know everybody." Yes, I do. And I make it my purpose to know her, because I want to know what's going on.
Yeah, relationships are very important.
I want to know what's going on in my community. I want to know why that trash bag was sitting all that time. I want to know what's going on. I want to, and the good thing about it is I put a lot of funding back into my community.
Right.
I hire people.
So you want to know that it's going to good purpose, and
I donate the Boys and
good
Girls Club.
soil.
I love the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah, I saw.
Vernon.
I saw that.
Yeah, I just love everything about them. The Boys and Girls Club was one of my safe haven places.
Oh, really?
When I was coming up, we used to always go to the Boys and Girls Club when my mom was out working or whatever have you. And I knew I grew there. I learned. I got friends from there. So I always try to support any different type of organization. If you can come to me and show me where you're going to plant your seed and it's going to grow, I want to water you.
Right.
Now I don't water everybody.
Right.
No, but
I feel you. So, let's get into purpose. Let's get into purpose. How did you? Okay, so you told us all about your Damascus Road experience.
That's a crazy road.
Okay. But how did you identify your purpose, and how would you encourage other women to identify their purpose and how to nurture that purpose?
Wow, that was 3 great questions.
Yeah.
That was 3 great questions. Believe it or not, I always knew I had a purpose. I always knew I was created for a purpose. my anointings and my faith and my favor in just doing God's will, being in his way and being in his will. I always knew I had purpose. I literally at the age of 38 stepped into my purpose.
Wow.
At the age of 38. So that's been about 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I said to myself, I said, if I know my purpose, then I can generate more people to know theirs. So my son said to me a couple months back, when did you know it was time to bet on yourself? I should have been bet on myself.
Yeah.
I should have bet on myself a long time ago, but I was so afraid of betting on myself and losing.
Yeah.
But
but
the best person to bet on is yourself.
You're right.
So I decided that I wanted to have a purpose that left legacy.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that look like? What can I do? Because we don't do that in our African American culture anymore.
You absolutely right.
We just sold off grandma's ring, and we just sold off grandma's property. So I wanted something. When my mom died, which when I was 38 is when I really found out what my purpose was. When my mom died, she didn't leave us anything. Nothing. I thought she left me nothing, but she left me a wealth of knowledge. So I said, what are you going to do with this? I want my children to not only have legacy, but I wanted to break the generational curse.
Generational foundations. You don't want to say curses.
Well, I'm talking about the genre of when my grandparents. I'm talking about the genre that was given to us.
Yeah,
and that's what was given to us. And I like the foundation.
Curses
because that's what was given to us. So I wanted to. That's great. I'll start walking in.
Yeah,
I'll start
generational foundation.
I will start walking.
Because curses. When you think about the reason why I changed that for me and my family is because when you say curses, like how do you get rid of a curse?
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't want that.
Well, I'm glad you say
it
that.
It was a foundation.
I'm learning something from you tonight because that was a good question too. I thought by knowing my purpose and fulfilling my purpose, I could break that curse. But now I see we can do the foundation.
Yeah, because that was a foundation.
Yeah,
what they did. Not to say that it worked for them. That was their foundation. But when you think about a house.
Mm-hmm.
Some houses, the foundation cracks. What you got to do, you have to have somebody come in and repair it. And guess what? The house still standing. It's still livable. It's still there to carry on. So it's not to say that foundation was wrong. It wasn't. It was still a stable foundation. It just needed some repair.
Right.
So
and the good thing about that is, in the repair phase, you get to be in charge of what gets fixed and what doesn't get fixed.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to be in charge of what got fixed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I said, you know what? Not only do I want to leave a legacy for my children, I had to know my purpose in order to get there. And I knew my purpose was always to be CEO'd.
Mm-hmm.
I always wanted, I love working for corporate. I love working for people, but I needed to know that I needed to work for myself.
Mm-hmm.
One, because I'm self-made. So I wanted to work for myself. So I knew I had to find my purpose in order to do that.
Right.
I knew that there was going to come a point in time where I was going to be able to step out and do this thing here and become the pioneer. But when I had no idea. Right. I always knew I was working towards something, but I never knew what. So when my mom died, there was no more. There was nothing else. I didn't have anything else. And that was a hard blow when she died because, again, single mom.
Mm-hmm,
I had brothers and sisters, but at that time I started climbing the corporate ladder, and sometimes in family, when the backbone dies, when the backbone of the family dies, everybody just goes their own separate ways. And I said, you know what, I'm going to go, but I wanted to start anew with my boys.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to do the same traditional Christmas dinner. I didn't want to do the same traditional Thanksgiving. I didn't want to do the same Christmas because I just found out that I was living the same life as my mother.
Right.
That's not what I wanted to do.
Right.
I said, you know what? We're going to go
let's take it up.
We started going to the movies on Thanksgiving. I said, well, why y'all? We don't go to Yes, we go to the movies.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm at the point I'm starting to build what our legacy is going to look like.
Mm-hmm.
But then I said, let not only build this legacy, but I have to build worth.
Mm-hmm.
I have to build worth. How do I do that? By generating these things, these business hubs, and making them financially fit and work.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, I said, you know what? I made a 5-year goal at that point. I said, I'm going to get this money and I'm going to save and I'm going to do it right. I did not take not one loan to build anything on any of the Brass Mill properties.
That's awesome.
That was just work, dedication and work. Learning, getting financially fit is something that we all need to do. Because see, we came from nothing. So when we see that purse over there in the store, we want it.
Yep.
Regardless of what in 2-3 years, that purse might even be out of style. Yep. But what your business worth won't be.
Yeah.
So I started saving and saving and saving. And I said, you know what? It's time. It's time for me now. I stepped out. Like I said, no loan. Not one loan is here on Business Suites. Not one. And I said to myself, I told my son, I said, now, you and your brother have something. If something ever happened to me, you have something. October the 6th of last year, something happened to me. I had a massive heart attack.
Wow.
Didn't even know I had it. But one thing I knew and they said, you got to have these stents put in. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? They said, your arteries are 60% blocked. And I had not one symptom. This hand started bothering me. Couldn't figure it out. I figured, I'm always carrying them heavy bags. I had an excuse for everything, right?
So to keep going.
I always had an excuse. But that day is when I knew that I had really, really touched upon my purpose. Because guess what? My children would not have had to want for anything. The only thing I was worried about, are you going to continue my legacy? Mm-hmm. Are you going to continue to thrive in my purpose? Mm-hmm. Don't y'all?
Or make it better.
Don't y'all get over here and get the fighting and carrying on about what get what. So I told them all, I said, I ain't leave y'all nothing. I ain't leave you nothing. I'm going to leave you my legacy and hopefully you carry it on. I'm going to leave it all to my grandbabies. Leave it all to because they're the next. Mm-hmm. So I said, instead of me, I'm not leaving them nothing. I'm serious about that, right? So what I started doing, I started throwing wealth into them now.
Right.
So my son came to me with this podcast thing. Yeah. I said, really? I said, you want to do it? Yeah, I want to do it. I started breathing wealth into him now. Yeah. So later on when something happened, don't be like, well, my mom didn't leave me anything. Right. Yes, I did. Mm-hmm. Yes, I did. Breathe wealth into them now. Don't wait to leave a life insurance policy that they're going to be fighting over and carrying on. Don't be snotting over because our girl already got my dress laid out. I got everything ready. Because look, he said, be ready.
Yeah, well, I guess.
Be ready. You always got to be ready.
I ain't ready for that,
sis, be ready. It's a part of your plan.
My plan is easy.
Be a part of your plan.
I told my kids,
I got kings. They ain't gonna have me sitting there looking crazy.
I don't want no singing.
See, that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's a part of your plan.
I don't want
I got sons. They've been having me sitting there looking crazy, girl. I know, and no. Okay, let's keep this. You said keep it real. No, and no. They've been had Miss Susie Mays been on me backwards and everything else. You know that son of mine. She even had me up there looking up halfway cast and sharp. Don't you dare put me away no better than what I look today.
I'm so dead.
I'm 50 years old. Don't you dare. He had my wig crooked and everything else. Kecia, stop playing with me. Breathe well.
It's not going to happen, Doc. It's not going to happen.
Don't you dare come meet all y'all on the playground when y'all get up there. Hear me.
It's not going to happen.
He going to miss me with all that. You hear me? But that's again, breathing wealth into it.
Right.
Why wait?
And I was, in this crazy, well, it's not crazy, is orchestrated this way, but it's funny that you bring up building wealth, changing generational foundations, pouring more into our legacy, into our kids and stuff to, hopefully whatever that legacy is. It doesn't have to be I'm leaving a business. It could be, whatever it is.
If your kids like to color and paint, give them the crayons and the paper.
Exactly.
And that's metaphorically speaking. Give
that
you can leave. And I'm not only talking about, let me get you to catch this. I'm not only talking about a financial. I'm talking about education.
Yes.
And even with my kings. Okay, even with my kings, sitting them down, having a conversation, teaching them how to treat a lady.
Yes,
because if you treating your mama this way, you best right treat your woman this way.
Hello,
okay, because let me tell you something. In my eyes, my sons, I don't do that. My sons can't do no wrong. Now, when we in the streets, you might not, but when we close that door,
honey,
sis, we coming out.
Giving it to them.
Go on. Let me brush my wig.
But that's my baby, though. Y'all know that's my baby. That's my boo.
But the thing.
But I'll be giving it to him. Don't.
But and it's great because people like you come back and say, "Hey, Doc, your son is a good boy. Mm-hmm. He's and that makes me feel good because it makes me know
he's so respectable.
That's right. That's
right. My son, he sent a picture from. He's in the Philippines right now. Mm-hmm. And I sent it to my best friend and her husband. And we're all military. And so I said, yo, look at this picture. What do y'all see what I see? And each one of us saw the same thing.
Wow.
And he was just standing there though. But to the average eye, but to us, we was like, look, we could see the success in him.
See it.
We could see the leadership just by his posture, the way he was paying attention and focused, and and that. You like,
I'm telling you, as a mother, you kind of want to stand up straighter, put your shoulders back,
because you be thinking about all those times when you was throwing shoes at them and putting them at the house, and you're like, dang.
I used to make my kids hold cans,
girl,
tuna fish cans, because they get heavy real quick.
Listen, I used
to pieces of paper. I used to do all that, and I said to myself, oh my goodness, you know what? It worked.
It did.
It worked.
It did.
So when I talk about just wealth, I'm not just talking about my own financial wealth, because I tell my kids, y'all broke, you ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
Oh no, mine's know they broke.
That's my money.
Yeah, they know they broke.
But what I can do with it is I can show you how to get it.
Right.
I can show you, because after 21, I can show you how to get. I'm no longer here in the state of Maryland. You're no longer responsible for it after 21.
Right.
But I can show you how to get it. But within me showing you how to get it, let me educate you.
Right.
So when you walk into that corporate office, you'll know how to behave. You'll know how to stand. You'll know how to react. You'll know how to respond. Stop raising our kids on how to react and respond.
But that also goes back to nurturing and helping them to find their purpose. So they're just not out there wandering around.
Yeah, and
pulling up,
stop being a dream stealer. If I talked about this on my show the other day with one of the other young ladies that work for me. I call her my daughter Kecia. She always comes in with this little fashion. She got her own little fashion, and I praise her. I praise her all the time. That looks nice. She talked about on my show how sometimes people would frown upon, like her mom. Don't you tear them clothes up? I just bought them. Stop.
Right.
Stop, because you know what? Some of the things that you are pulling away from them is just the destiny that they need.
Right.
So don't do that.
Yeah.
So if your daughter says, you know what, Mom, I'm gonna be the best singer in the world. She off key. Or did you go ahead and encourage that baby? Sing, baby.
I know. She be on me. She be like, you just so hard.
Yeah.
So she be like, soft, mama, soft. I'll be like, okay, go ahead. That's good. That's good. Yeah. But you're right though.
I'm telling you, because
I wish I would have been more of that when they was coming up, because I was hard on them. I really was.
And you know what? I was all of that on my boys, because I didn't get so much.
Right.
And one of the things that I, in the era that I grew up in, you got to be seen and not heard.
Mm-hmm.
I want my children to be heard.
Yeah,
I want to know that through conversation lands everything.
Right.
Had my son not been able to come and talk to me and conversate with me and you wouldn't be sitting here with this podcast right now.
Right.
And when he came to me, I said, well, you got any money? I said, go back and write your business plan. And if you don't know how to write your business plan, as you be Googling them video games and Googling this and Googling that, go Google what you need to bring back to me. And I'll talk to you about it later, because I got a 1:00 appointment. He said, "Oh, that's how. That's how it is." Yeah. So once you step over the threshold, now you're coming to me for business.
Right.
So we're not mother and son.
Right.
So when my son, he works here for me, he has to call me Doc.
Yep. He do.
He calls me Doc. Because I'm not. I let him know early on I wasn't his friend.
Right.
I let him know early on.
Right.
But when we in this entanglement here at work, I'm Doc. So with that being said, I had to go back and do the research. I had to go back and get the knowledge. Then we went forth with this.
And that pushed him into his purpose.
And that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to be a beacon of hope in this society.
Right.
I want to teach people how to strive into their purpose. And I want them to know that everybody has one.
And the thing about it is not just that everybody has a purpose. Everybody that's already in their purpose has the ability to push somebody else forward.
Into it. What's this thing with this, and it's so funny because I remember when I was here in Harford County. I won't mention the place. I was here in Harford County, and I went there and I said, I'm just trying to see how this works. And they were so secretive. Like, I was like, wait a minute, these is my sisters.
Yeah.
So I'm like, wait a minute, how's this working for everybody?
Yeah.
How are we supposed to pass on these things?
Because some of us, we want our thing to be the best. and then everybody else.
But your thing can be the best. I think your thing is the best. I think your thing is the greatest. You have a podcast studio that's tonight. I have one tomorrow. But I'm here today because I'm here to support you because I think what you're doing is great.
Right.
And I think you are the best. See, I told my son the other day, made a quote on Facebook and it went forever large. My son was having a bad day. And he was like, man, I'm having a bad day. I know I'm capable of this. I said, you know what? Stop saying best. Because if you at your best, worse is going to sneak up on you.
And it's going to feel horrible.
So stop saying that. I'm getting better. I'm striving for better. Because better is when you get to best.
Right.
Better is when you get to best.
Right. That's good. That's a good nugget. I hope y'all get this nugget.
Better is when you get to best.
Right. Yeah, that's a good one.
And best is still not good enough to be great. So every day.
Good nugget.
Every day.
You on it tonight. We should have been scribing this.
Every day we're striving for something different.
Yeah. You want to be better than you were the day before.
And I told my son, I said, you may be down today, but every time I pray, people say, you know what? When you get into your house, you pray. Doc, what you pray for? I told him, I said, I pray every day. I don't pray for the people in my house because God already got them covered. I don't pray for the buildings that I have because God got that all covered.
That's right.
Because He wouldn't give it to you
if it wasn't
supposed to be for you. Okay?
That's right.
I don't pray for this or that. I ask God to create in me a cleaner heart than I had the day before. Because I know I fell short somewhere.
That's good. Another nugget. Pay attention.
I fell short somewhere. So that's why I don't ever walk out. No, I'm on my best. No, I'm not.
That's what I was just
going to say. No, I'm not.
So
I ain't never on my best.
There you go.
I ain't never on my best because I want so much more.
Right.
I got another 50 years. I got another 50 years to keep improving.
All right. I mean, I'm here for it.
It's funny because at the end of this month, I will actually add MD behind my name.
That's what's up.
Because there's so much more.
Right.
There is so much more. Why stop at this little bit?
Right.
Because education's for everybody.
Yes, it is. Very much so. And the hustle is for everybody.
Let me tell you something.
And the dream is for everybody.
That hustle,
it
keeps me going.
What?
It keeps me going.
I'm telling you, my little brain is just going. Because I guess with me, when I went into the military straight out of high school, so I thought that was the best thing. I thought I was good at what I did, like when I get out there, my stuff was together.
Yeah.
Like, people don't know. When I was at home, I was trying to figure it out. So when I went outside, I was better. You know what I'm saying? So when I got out the military, it was like,
what we doing now?
I gotta figure my life out.
It's a whole nother life outside.
It's a whole nother life outside the army.
Yes.
What am I gonna do? What do I like? What's my purpose now? And so now I feel like I am in my purpose. I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing. This was spoken to my life 5-6 years ago.
You let me tell you something. When you walked in the business suites at Brass Mill, I felt the energy. I felt the power. I was like, wow. I felt the annoyance over your life.
Yeah, this was spoken to my life 5-6 years ago.
When you told us that story, and then you told the kids the story before you told me, and I'm sitting there behind my desk like, I want to be a part of her. Because the energy, the annoyance over what you were doing and the purpose that you had, those are the people that I want to be around.
Yeah, see?
Those
the connection.
Those are the people I want to be around.
I said,
you're at the right place. I remember telling you, you're at the right place, and we want to be here, and we want to help you grow. Because I tell you what, even in knowing your purpose, always know your fulfillment within it as well.
Explain.
Within your purpose, you have to be fulfilled in it. In order for it to manifest and go anywhere, you have to thrive in the fulfillment of it.
That's good.
Okay, because that strategy right there is going to keep you mindful for the next thing that's coming.
Right.
Because it's just not Kecia the podcast.
Right.
So this right here is Kecia going out in the world and doing that motivational speaking. Right. This is Kecia. Kecia speaking her fulfillment all over. These podcasts, they reach you, and I was just talking about the logistics of it, and you done hit one point, this and one point. But guess what? That's behind here. Now it's time for Kecia to lace up her boots. Now it's time for Kecia to start taking some live speaking engagements to tell other people. This at the matter of fact, next week I'll be in Atlanta. The next week I'll be here. I'll be there. It's great. It's great because now you can truly reach the masses.
Yeah.
The fulfillment.
Yeah.
Okay, I've made it. Don't get me wrong. I've made it here and I've made it there, and I got all these degrees and I got all this and that. Now I have to have the fulfillment piece. What's the fulfillment piece? Now going out and literally doing the work.
Right. Doing the work. That's what's up. That's a good nugget.
Go out and do the work.
Because you have to have fulfillment.
You gotta have it.
Right, because if you don't, you're not gonna want to keep pushing.
No.
You're not gonna want to when you have those moments like what I have this morning, you're not going. It'll be easier to say, well, I ain't getting ready to do that. I'm gonna just sit down.
Yeah, it could have been easy for you to call Saquon and say,
yeah,
hey, Saquon,
I ain't coming tonight. Yeah, I'm not coming tonight. I don't feel like
it. A lot of the times, Kecia, I'll tell you what, a lot of the times, morning finds me before I find it. Morning finds me before I find it. It's been a lot of times I'll be in my study and I will be in there, and before I know it, I crack the door. It is morning, and I can say easily, I'm the boss. I'm the boss of 6 different places. I don't have to go to work. I go to work every day. Regardless, I'm telling you, I had a massive heart attack, and I was back to work in 2 weeks.
Yeah, they told me.
They had to fight. They took my car. They took my computer. They took my cell phone. They sick my elder on me. They did all kinds of things to try to make me stay put because I wasn't fulfilled.
Right.
I wasn't fulfilled. So yeah, I still go to work every day. And let me tell you, there are mornings that I get up and I'm saying, you know what? I'm talking to myself in that mirror. And I said, keep talking to yourself. Doc, you're worth it. You're more than a conqueror. Yeah. You have people that are waiting. I didn't even really know, like the time I was gone from work, how many people really missed me. They're like, man, Doc, we really miss you. And my boss said, the morale here was low. And I said, wow, I mean that much.
Yeah.
My purpose
you
in
make
being
it, you
in this
influence.
Is
yeah,
that
your
much.
Influence.
Sunday morning when I got back to church, my pastor said, you know, oh my God, it's good to have Doc back in the house. And people were clapping and stuff. And talking about, oh, we missed you. What? I'm fulfilled at this moment.
Yeah.
So everything you do, remember, is destiny and fulfillment.
Yeah.
That's
a nugget.
May not
That's
be
a
for
good
you.
nugget.
Now, this morning you wasn't feeling that, right?
Yeah, I was not.
But remember, don't be selfish in what God is giving you.
You're right.
Don't be selfish.
Doc. You're right.
And that's why I'm so glad that you got up this morning and said, you know what, I'm going to give God my best.
Yeah, because I did. I was standing in that mirror.
He never gives us his worst.
With tears in my eyes, like.
God never gives us his worst.
What am I doing?
Shows up.
Like,
He always shows up.
And then you have that Joker. He coming like.
Well, he's necessary.
Yeah, you don't need to do that, or
but
it
you
ain't
know,
gonna
but you
be
know
successful.
that Joker. But you know he's necessary.
Yeah, to push you forward.
Yeah. So stop. You know, people say, "Oh, don't give that guy over there no credit." I give him a lot of credit. He's necessary.
Yeah,
he's necessary.
And I reached out to my best friend. I was like, "Man, I can't wait to see you this weekend." Like, just because those relationships is a breath of fresh air. And
learn to breathe in this thing too.
And
the entrepreneurship world is not for everyone.
And that's what I was just getting ready to caveat onto is because like I feel like my best friend that's coming this weekend, our relationship has evolved into something phenomenal compared to like my relationship with my childhood best friend and another best friend that I have. Like me and her, we see things. We're not that the other ones we don't see things the same, but I love them just the same. But with me and her, it's just like we went into this project together, and she was all in for it. She's like my biggest supporter.
You need that.
You need that. Like, and so when I texted her and I was like, I just can't wait to see you. I'm just having a rough morning. I'm feeling a little discouraged. I'm tired. I just left my family, and I hate being so far away from them. But I know I'm where I'm supposed to be. It's not that I feel like I'm being selfish because I'm here and I'm away from them. I know I'm where I'm supposed to be. Yeah. It's just uncomfortable right now.
Yes.
That road is,
it'll put like again, you already hit the margin because that uncomfortability you're still here tonight.
Right.
And it pushed you to
because because I could have easily been like, I'm not going to work.
Absolutely.
I'm just going to stay in here.
I keep trying to tell people that easy road is not for us.
Yeah.
It's not because we never had it easy. We go back into our ancestors' time.
Yeah.
We never had it
Yeah.
easy. So why we want to try to make it
Right.
easy now?
You're right.
I don't really know.
You're right.
I don't know what that answer
You're
is.
right.
A lot of people say, Doc, you're one of the smartest people I know, but
Yeah.
I don't have an answer for that. But my friend reminded me this week to just breathe.
Yeah. That's what she said too. She was just like,
breathe.
You know, she was like, sometimes
you know, it's funny because all the stuff I do, I'm just doing it in motion, and I'm disciplined. That's another thing.
And I think that's where I'm getting to, because
disciplined.
I'm actually walking in my purpose.
Absolutely.
Now. Because even when I first came here, don't get me wrong, God opened so many doors for me, Doc. So many doors. But I still wasn't fulfilled.
Right.
I was comfortable. Mm-hmm. I was at peace. Mm-hmm. I was content, mm-hmm. but I wasn't fulfilled. I always felt like it's got to be something else.
It's something else.
Like, you know, I make good money. Mm-hmm. I'm comfortable, but it's got to be something else. Mm-hmm. And so now that I'm into that something else, yep. And then to feel how I felt this morning, and it's not like this morning was the first time, but this morning was the first time where like I actually got emotional, like, what am I doing? Like, I just need to sit down. Like, look at my house. It looked like somebody threw up furniture in here, you know, like I don't have time for me anymore, you know, like
that's when that old man doubt starts knocking on your door.
Hello, somebody.
That now people talking about that character that you were talking about earlier and how he's necessary, but that old man doubt, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch out for him. Because that old man doubt, and not saying I'm throwing anything out there towards men. I just call him my old man doubt. He'll come and he'll take up space. Yeah. Now let's talk about that space that ain't for rent.
Right.
That space in your brain that is telling you that this, that. You got to realize that if you're being fulfilled, that space is not for rent anymore.
Right.
So if you block that space out and you know somebody rented that space, you can't go in there because that belongs to somebody else. So when old man doubt comes knocking again, you turn around in that mirror and you tell him, sir, this space has already been rented for fulfillment.
Yeah.
I have no more room for you.
Yeah, no, because
then breathe.
That was a horrible feeling.
Old man doubt will try to come up on you in any which way.
Yeah.
He'll make you believe things. He'll make you see things.
I was just
he'll make you say, wait a minute, was that what? That happened?
Yeah.
That
was like, what am I doing?
Listen,
yeah.
Another thing about walking in your purpose, when you know you've made it, those worries don't bug you like they used to. They don't bug you like they used to. Those doors that they used to knock down, that they used to knock you down.
You just shake it off.
Just shake it off because you know there are key components to knowing when you made it.
And see, I felt that when I was in the military. Like when I got to the pinnacle of my career, like I didn't, you know.
There's key components.
You like you got a shield on. Like anything come to you, you got it. You know what I'm saying? But I think now, you know, I'm going through that transition and I'm trying to.
And you'll get those you'll get those key components back. But the good thing about getting them back is that you'll know how to activate them differently within the new purpose. Right. Because there are several purposes you can build, but you can always have a new fulfillment in a new purpose. Mm-hmm. Now you just have to learn how to get those 6 components to make sure that you're really, really, really walking in. Right.
So that goes back to us answering the question of how do you nurture your purpose, and in finding your purpose is finding what brings you fulfillment.
That's right.
You know, and you can't allow, and the biggest thing is, another big thing is, don't allow anyone to take away from what's your purpose, because it's yours. So if somebody else is like the whole, your little podcast, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, what you mean? You know,
if you know from the beginning, if you go back, one of the first components of understanding and knowing that you're walking in your purpose is to know that you were created with a purpose.
Right. Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly.
So that's number 1. Okay. Knowing that you had a passion for your purpose. That's number 2. Knowing that you had the power to succeed in that purpose. That's number 3. Okay. Number 4 is staying steadfast in that purpose. So that means you have to stay driven in it.
Right.
Okay.
Not being
being none of that.
Yeah. Don't be swayed by what other people think. It's yours.
The other day it was windy outside.
Yeah.
I had to know my purpose. I had to make sure this thing was tacked
Oh,
down
my
right
word.
because I'm trying to tell you
Hello,
that
somebody.
that wind will blow you
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
And to bring that back to it,
Right.
you always got to be ready for the topsy-turvy of what this thing is going to bring, what purpose is going to bring into your life.
It's not going to be easy. It's that road of Damascus.
It's not going to be
easy. Yeah.
Number 5 is understanding who you are within the purpose.
That's good.
Understanding who you are. Because once you know who you are, then you can display to the world who you are and what you feel and how you understand it and how you make it all work.
Right.
Because some people look at Oprah and be like, man, she got it all together. No, she didn't.
Yeah.
She didn't have it all together.
She didn't.
But one thing she stood on was her purpose.
Right.
She knew she had through the beginning.
Yep.
When they made her cut her hair, they did all this stuff to her just to make sure she fit in that world of dynamic. But one thing she fought for was her purpose.
Yes. And she never conformed.
And she never conformed. Not one moment. I mean, we went astray back and forth. She might have had to obey to some of the things just to keep her going. Right. But she never. Yeah,
but look at where she is now.
Look at where she is now. Yeah, so
she can look back
if you can't see your purpose, go to someone that can help you find that vision. Right. Go to someone that can explain to you. You know what? I really thought that I could make this bath scrub, and really. What's that networking piece?
Right.
Don't think for a moment, oh man, that's somebody else's idea. No, it's not. No, it's not.
What's yours is yours.
What's yours is yours.
Yeah.
Number 6, the last one, is the fulfillment piece. Stand on it. Stand on principle, because your principle becomes your value. Your value becomes more steadfast in your purpose. Then you just blow up and blossom. You just blow up and blossom. You can take fulfillment everywhere. Fulfillment can fit in anything that you're doing. Grandbaby down on the floor trying to put a puzzle together. Grandbaby, look at this box. This is your fulfillment. You need to make this puzzle look like this. This is your ending piece.
Right.
The final project. How do you get to your final project? By knowing your purpose. Can't nobody take it away from you.
Nobody, yeah.
The only person you're gonna let down is you, and that's solely up to you.
Yeah.
That's solely up to you. So your next visionary, and I'm hoping, and I'm telling you, I'm speaking this. I need to see you on a stage.
Ooh.
I need to see you out here doing some motivational speaking, because you have such a strong testimony. What about them young girls that's coming out of the military? They don't know that life is about to change.
It is.
That their vision is about to change.
Yes, it really is.
Because once you got them, you're like, whoa, what I do now?
Right.
Okay?
Yeah, it's different. It's a different animal.
That young lady, I just had to talk to my goddaughter. She's getting ready to go to Stevenson. And she was talking to my little niece of 15 years old. And she told her, she said, man, when I come out of college, I'm going to be making all kinds of money. Girl, I almost wrecked my Maserati. I almost ran up in the back of something. I said, wait a minute. Let's not do this here. She was like, I'm gonna be making all this money with this degree. I said, I made coins. I was still eligible for welfare and still had 2 degrees. Sis, what coins were you talking about?
I know that's right.
Okay?
Yeah.
What coins were you? I was still eligible for medical assistance and I had 2 degrees. Wait a minute now. Because just because you got that degree, find your purpose within that degree. Yes. I said, don't you dare. We got to stop and start correcting people. Don't you dare fill this baby's head because she wants to be a hairdresser and you going to college. Don't you dare compare.
Yeah, the two. It's apples and oranges.
I told her, I said, now I done had 3 degrees and still had no job once upon a time.
Yeah, I know people right now that got degrees and can't get good paying
But then
jobs.
I see that girl going down the street. She got a little apron on called hair cover. She got a job. What just happened here? Mm-hmm. Don't do that.
Right.
Don't do that. Be someone else's fulfillment.
Right.
So I can see you being in that mentor role to where you bringing these women to you and saying, hey, listen, outside of this military life, get prepared. Mm-hmm. Maybe the last year that they're about to say, you know what, I'm not going to re-enlist. Come see me so I can start showing you what life is going to look like. Yeah, because it's different. Woo, baby, it's different. And that's all. That's what I want to do. It's a part of my mission. It's part of my vision, bringing informative information to the community and to each individual as they cross my path.
Right.
So when people come into Brass Mill, if you're 7 years old, I still want to make an impact. If you're 80 years old, I still want to make an impact. I want to give you informative information, make your business grow. So that way we can continue this line of success.
Yeah.
And I want to do that for all people.
Yeah. And I think that's just
all people. Men, women, boys, children.
So let me ask you this: what encouraged you to keep going?
My children.
Yeah.
My children encouraged me to keep going because they reminded me just a couple of weeks ago. My children reminded me, that my son said to me, "You made it, and you're doing good, and this and this and that." He said, "But are you happy?
Yeah.
Are you happy in it?" And I said, "You know what? I had to think about that for a minute. All the fulfillment I have, everything that I've gone through, everything that I've built, I forgot that self-love piece to make sure that I know that I'm happy and that I'm worth it."
Right.
So I continue to drive every day because when women like you call upon me and I'm able to be here to share my story and I'm able to give you that sisterly love and say, "Kecia, I see you. When you don't think I see you, I see you."
Yeah.
I follow your page more than what
Look
you
out
do.
now.
I click like a couple of times. I throw them hearts up and everything because that's what we need to do.
Yeah.
It is my everyday purpose now.
And that's what I really want people to see.
It's
like
my everyday purpose. And
you gotta pour into each other.
They be telling people you can walk up and talk to Doc. You can walk up and talk to me.
Yeah,
I'm just that average.
We gotta, as a community, as a whole, we gotta start pouring more positive into each other.
Because I think with all, and this being Women's Month, I think we all need to get on that crusade. We all need to get into that challenge where we're going to challenge one another.
Yes.
Not take from one another.
Yes.
Uplift each other, encourage, empower each other. And it's so sad how this thing works. Because I remember my grandmother and them, they used to yell across the clothesline, "Sis, what you making for lunch? What you making for dinner?" And I remember my aunties and my mom, they used to call each other on the phone to see what Sunday dinner was. Now we don't do any of that anymore.
Yeah, like I have a social group. I'm a part of an international social group. We're in 7 states and in Jamaica. And our social group it kind of reminds me what my aunt used to have back in the day. We used to have club meetings. All her and her friends get together.
All sitting around table.
You drinking beer, playing cards, playing music, dancing,
we don't
and
do
whatever.
That no more either.
See, and that's what my social group is. And we get together. We used to do it like every quarter. I changed it this year. We're doing it every year. Every month we get together. We're doing like some type of brunch or some activity that you wouldn't normally do on your own. It's a time for you to do you.
Absolutely.
With like-minded women where we're pouring. And it's an opportunity for us to network with each other, for us to encourage each other.
It's funny because we just did one of the biggest women's conferences here in Harford County.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had great keynote speakers. It was through the COVID. It was almost the end of COVID, so we were only able to do 100 women, but all 100 seats were full.
That's awesome.
All 100 seats were full. Next year, we're hoping to do something even bigger. But that's the type of thing that we need to do.
Yeah, I mean, that's just who I am. Even when I was in the military, I know that I know any of my female soldiers that are listening, they probably will tell you, I was harder on females than I was males because
we want more.
Yeah,
more out of them. Absolutely.
And my daughter says the same thing. She always tells me, Dante had it so easy and blah 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 blah.
I don't have anything to compare to.
Yeah,
but I know for a fact, I have nieces and things like that because I have my sons. But it's just the fact of the matter. I want them to know that they're driven and they're driven with purpose and so much potential.
Yeah.
And everybody has that.
Yeah.
The other day a lady came over to me. She was like, "You know what? I was going to come over and ask you where you got your shoes from." And I said, "DSW had a sale, sis." And I was telling her, "You better hurry up and catch that sale." But she said, "We can't walk over to each other no more and do that."
Yeah, because
we can't walk over to each other and do that no more.
You trying to outdo me? Why you want to know? You don't really.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so you tread lightly when you want to approach another female or whatever. And see me, who I am. Look, I'm gonna talk to you now. You might not talk back, but it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, you talk to me.
I'm gonna talk to everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna talk to everybody. That's just who I am. And I want people to know that there are still good people out there.
There are still good people.
And if I show you a little love, or you a little, a good citizenship, maybe that'll rub off on you, and then you show somebody else.
I just, that is just. With everything that's going on in the world, and there's a whole lot going on, and we don't even have to get into name and everything because we all know there's a whole lot going on in the world. But one thing we can do is we can stick together.
Yes, times are changing.
We can stick together, and it's just not just our race, it's just not a culture. I just talk about the women.
Whole world. Yeah.
Because we now have a vice president who says we matter.
Yes.
We made history.
Yes.
So if we can not worry about each other and the craziness that goes on, let's just worry about making history and band together. Because us as women, we band together. We put it there.
Yes.
We put it there.
Yeah, hello.
We put it there.
And I agree. I totally agree. That's like my and my daughter's the same way. She has a vision that she wants to pour, she wants to use her experiences to help young ladies behind her.
See,
so she wants to pour, and she always say, Mom, I have this desire that, I want to do this and I want to do that. And I feel like a lot of times, that's why God puts the obstacles that He does in her path.
Absolutely.
And sometimes you have to repeat those obstacles again. But He puts those obstacles in her path because, I believe that our testimonies are not for us. They're for us to feed them forward. So,
Jesus' testimony was for
us. Right? Yeah.
And it's a whole, and we are His children. He got a whole bunch of us. So why can't your testimony be for the masses?
And I believe that wholeheartedly. So, yeah. So
keep breathing into it.
Yeah, I am. Even though sometimes
sometimes
she made me drink, but
see,
it's okay.
See,
I'm on Lent though. I'm on Lent. I'm not drinking.
Okay,
I gave it up for the Lord.
You did?
I gave it up for the Lord.
Okay, well,
hallelujah.
I'm not even going to do that.
Okay, I'm practicing. I'm practicing Lent. Okay.
Well, you keep breathing life into it after Lent too.
Oh yeah, I mean, I might have to take a drink then.
Well, you do. Listen, I'm not that type of sealer anyway. You do whatever keeps Kecia in the realm of being Kecia.
She a mini me.
She
a mini me. Can you imagine on steroids? Two of us in the same room. Oh, hallelujah. Okay.
We praise God for all your deliverance. We praise Him for all your deliverance.
That's my boo, though. That's my boo. That's my boo. Yeah, that's my boo. She keep me on my toes.
Miss Kecia, I tell you, it's just been my pleasure to be.
Yeah, I tell everybody it's just been like my whole time in Maryland, and I tell people all the time, like my daughter was like, "You need to move," and I'll be like, because God has just been too amazing to me here. Because I came here in a rough state, doc, rough state. I didn't like. Yeah, it was rough, and I didn't know what tomorrow was gonna bring for me. Absolutely. I didn't know what it was gonna be like. I didn't know where I was gonna be, how I was gonna be doing it. But God has opened so many doors, so many opportunities, put some amazing people in my life, even people that I can call family, that's aunts good. And uncles that I consider aunts and uncles because, I didn't have those relationships, right. My kids can't say that they have any aunts and uncles because I'm an only child. Mm-hmm. So, just having that, that one thing that you desire, and especially after being hurt by so many people that you care about, and I just know that if I continue to be obedient, that God will continue to open the doors for me.
But sometimes God takes us down these paths.
Yeah.
To still allow us to call on Him.
You're right.
Because sometimes we, even in the course of the days, and even in the course of our greatness and our better,
you're right.
We forget about Him.
You're right.
And sometimes He'll say, you know what? Let me take you down this little peg or two, just so you can call on Him.
And I think, and I know it's not that I think. I know that God, He wanted me to have a. Not to say that my relationship with Him wasn't pure before, but I wasn't my authentic self. Mm-hmm. So if I wasn't my authentic self before, then I wasn't authentic with anybody. And
but you were giving everybody the same thing.
Yes, but I wasn't authentic, right. And so I know that experience that I had, as traumatic and horrible as it was needed because now I'm my authentic self.
Well, again, I can't keep telling you this more and more, but the things we go through in life, we have to look back at them and say it was necessary.
Yeah, it was. It was
the things,
absolutely.
Let me tell you something. I have a testimony that's absolutely large, and it's a part of why I'm who I am, because there was trials and tribulations, and even in that time where John and Peter were at that gate, and he, Peter decided to deny Jesus. Jesus already knew he was going to do that. So Jesus already knew what you were going to do.
You're right.
And he already knew what he was going to. He already knew there was going to be somebody over there. Matter of fact, he knew who that somebody was, but he still remained silent because he knew that day would come.
Right.
When he would need him again.
Right.
So in your deliverance, in your trials, in your testimony, you have come from that place. You have come from underneath it. And he always knew you would.
Yeah, well,
he just wanted you to seek his.
Kecia didn't know she would.
That's okay. Kecia didn't have to know. But Kecia knew who she was a child of.
Yeah, you're right.
So Kecia
I never denied him.
But even if you did, he was never going to deny you.
Yeah, and I'm thankful for that.
You see the deliverance.
Yeah, and I do.
Even what you have in your drink and you give it up for Lent.
You're right.
You see that he
still love me. He still love me.
He gonna love you in spite of it all.
Yeah, because I'm fabulous. No, I'm just playing.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Wonderfully made. Wonderfully made.
You're right. And I just had to become my authentic self, and
doesn't it feel good
to be in that acceptance place?
Yeah, but doesn't it feel good?
It does. It does. Not having to put on for nobody or nothing. Like,
and being a boss, and being a boss,
killing it.
You have to wear so many different masks. So many different. Just 2 weeks ago, I'm trying to tell you, God will bring people into your life to let you know, I see you. I had somebody step up on me a couple weeks ago. He said, I see you. You can keep on putting on all you want, but I see you. I see you. And it made me stop and think, if he saw me, then who else saw me?
Right.
So I love the fact how you just talked about that authentic piece. Yeah. You know what I mean? And sometimes being this boss, you have to do that.
Right.
And then you fall into that prayer closet. You're like, oh, Lord Jesus, just thank you for the day. Thank you for this. Thank you for that. Right. Because sometimes out in this world and being this boss, we got to do that.
Yeah.
But then I also have to stop and think, you know what? I know who I belong to. And he wouldn't bring it to you if it wasn't for you.
Right.
So be careful who's bringing what to you.
You're right. Absolutely. You're right.
Be careful who's bringing what to you.
Absolutely.
But you'll be just fine. Even after Lent, you're going to be even better.
Yeah.
You're gonna be even better. So his son, and we thank God for him and all that he's doing for us.
Yes, he is doing amazing. I'm so proud of him.
Things. We thank God for the breath that you breathe in him, and then grandbaby is doing this wonderful.
Amazing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's talking my daughter head off right about now.
Everybody's doing good. You continue. From me to you, you continue to walk in your purpose. And you
absolutely, God. That's my
continue to allow
goal.
God to bring you closer and closer to the destiny that He wants you to be. Because the job is never done.
Yes, that is my focus.
Stay focused.
Yeah, that is.
And that's one of my pitch lines. Stay focused and stay encouraged.
I was just getting ready to ask as the close, like, what advice would you give to the younger you?
The advice I'd give to them is model yourself to be yourself. Mm-hmm. Don't model yourself to be a Doc. Don't model yourself to be a Miss Kecia. Model yourself to be the person that God created you to be. Because everything in you is unique. Everything in you is authentic.
Right.
Stay focused. Stay driven. Stay empowered. And if you can't get those things, then you need to go somewhere to someone
and get connected.
Mm-hmm. That support system is everything.
Right.
And try not to be like, oh, I want to be a boss, because it takes a lot to be a boss chick.
Yes, Lord.
Because I went from a mini boss to a medium grade boss to a boss, now executive boss. And let me tell you something, everybody can't be that.
Yeah.
Because it messes with the psyche.
Yeah.
It messes with the home life. It messes with the kids'
life. What's that? New levels, new devils.
New levels, new devils.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody can't, again, everybody can't go where you're going.
Yeah. And you gotta be able to share that.
Your journey was never made to take everybody with you.
Yeah.
Because Noah's Ark was already created.
Right.
And it was only 2 by 2 then.
Right. And not to mention, new levels, it's going to be new people pouring into you.
It is. But you know what? Always know when it's time to level up.
Right.
Level up. It's levels to this thing out here.
Yeah, you right.
It's levels to this thing out here. My sons and them taught me the little saying, is level up. It's levels to this game. And if you're not on your level, then you just gonna get passed by, and then finally you at the bottom of the totem pole where you wasn't supposed to be in the beginning.
Because you holding on to stuff.
You ain't got no take with you. Go on, discard. Yeah. This year, ask God to restore and renew in you. Restore and renew in you what your purpose is. If you feel like you've lost your way, go to him and ask him to restore and renew. And he may show you a whole different dynamic. That's why I say I just told a friend of mine today, I said to him, where your vision board? He said, up here. I said, what? I said, that's not how the brain works. He told me, yes, it is. I said, you ain't gonna tell me I'm a doctor science. That's not how the brain works. It's not how it works. Having a visionary of where you're going. Because when you go on Waze, it gives you a visionary where you're going. That's the visionary of life. And guess what? Sometimes even Waze had me over there in the corn maze one day. But luckily I had the vision of where I was going. So why not have a vision board? So that way you can go over there and change it. Because sometimes when stuff gets stuck in your brain, like you said earlier, people get stuck in it.
Yep.
Well, just because you put it there.
Right.
But if you could see something, that board over there, and it says, you know what, today I'm going to be fantastic. Today I'm going to be great. Today I'm going to be productive. Today I'm going to find my purpose. Today I'm going to walk in my purpose. Oh, wait a minute. That's me?
Right.
That's she. That's I. That's her. There you go. There's nothing wrong with having a vision board, no matter if you're a man, woman, boy, child, girl. Have your vision board and make sure it's right there where you can see it when you get up in the morning.
Right. So you can manifest what you see.
And you know what? Take little targets and move them. You want to be in Atlanta, Georgia? How long is it going to take you to get there?
Right.
Figure it out.
Right.
Figure it out.
Well, Doc, I sure appreciate you being here. Real. And I hope y'all got all the nuggets because Doc you was really dropping some nuggets.
I'm here.
You was dropping some nuggets. I'm going to put Doc's information on my YouTube page and on my Facebook page. So if you want to get in contact with her for mentorship, for opportunity, whatever the opportunity is, Doc's information will be there. Again, Doc, thank you so much for taking time out your schedule. Yes, I'm here with my cousins. My cousins, we we're making it happen. We're making it happen.
This little podcast.
Yeah, I'm saying my little podcast. So as always, I'm going to give a shout out to God for just giving me the grace and opportunity to be here and to be doing, fulfilling my purpose. Also, big thanks to you guys, all my audience, my peeps out there. As always, y'all are dope. Continue to, if you have not subscribe to my YouTube channel, I need you to get on that. I need you to get hit that subscribe button. I need you to share. I need you to do that tonight. You hear me? Your girl is trying to go somewhere. Okay. And tell your family, your cousin, your sister, your brother, your girlfriend, cousin, sister, brother. Tell all them too. Okay. All right. And again, we want to thank Doc for being here. All the great nuggets that she dropped. I hope y'all was taking notes. If not, catch the replay. That's why you need to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You hear me? You feel me? Okay. And also to my amazing production team. As always, my cousins, they be on it, yo. They be on it. So for next week, we're going to continue with Women's History Month. And we have for episode 7, which will be Favor Ain't Always Fair, we're going to have the phenomenal Dr. Semino Bond, one of my classmates at that. And she's going to come. She's going to drop some more nuggets. She's going to give some of her experience, some of her testimony, and just drop some nuggets of how you can move past whatever obstacle comes your way while you on that Damascus road, because it is not a sprint. That's right. This is a marathon. All right. So again, thank you all for tuning in. As always, on that note, good night. God bless. And